Waiting on the notification. And boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have an amazing guest with us, one who I'm very humbled and honored would take time out of his busy schedule to give us some information as well as some inspiration. And that is none other than Brother Robin 3X, a great brother who I've been blessed to know recently, over the last couple years, but over like the last 7 to 10 years being in the South. Brother Robin has been a great help to many people, but especially is very personal to myself, my family. You always took care of my mother anytime we came to the org, and my brother as well. Brother Robin has a beautiful spirit, and I feel is a great representation of course, the teachings, but also Dianetics and how we can get audited and how, use our brain power. So I'm blessed that you would take time out of your busy schedule. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam, Josh. Brother.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Robin, the first question we want to know is, when did you first hear the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
Man, brother. Can I say this? Can I say this first?
Yes, sir.
Before I answer that. I would like to say I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed, in the rejected Satan of self. And in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who appeared in the person of Master Father Muhammad, to whom praise and thanks are due forever. And we thank him for the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Min Farrakhan. And I would like to just greet you and the family in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, sir.
And I would like to say this too, just to bring balance. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Allah for raising up Brother L. Ron Hubbard to give us this, to him in the Church of Scientology for being such good stewards of keeping the technology pure until we were able and directed to receive it. So I just thought that that's a proper acknowledgement.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brother Josh, for inviting me on the People's Podcast. You are awesome, awesome, awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Brother, you the future. God damn it, Tyler Perry 2.0. I'm telling you now, I see you. And so I just thank you. Well, man, brother, how did I come to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
Yes, sir.
Man, Brother Josh, I'm originally from Chicago. I grew up a few miles from Mars Miriam on 71st and King Drive, south side of Chicago.
Okay.
My grandmother, my first experience with the teaching was my grandmother was a beautician. And she owned a beauty salon on 71st and Champlain, South Champlain, right across the street from a building owned by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It had the Shabazz coffee shop, the fruit stand, the bakery, and I had to be about 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 when I remember. I would go across the street and get the little Omar juices, Muslim juices.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See the sisters covered, but I didn't know anything about Islam. But 2 things stood out just at that point in my life. One was there was this man that I would always see who would come and park. He had a gray Benz. Now I think about it. He would park, and I would be playing out in front of my grandmother's beauty salon, and he would pick me up and give me a quarter. And he'd do my head like this, hey, little brother. And he would do that to me all the time. And every time I would see the man, that's that man, give me a quarter. He'd pick me up, give me a quarter, and do my head like that. Well, later on, about, I guess, 1980, I was with my dad, and he had his friends over at home, and they cut on CBS Sports. And it was boxing. And it was Howard Cosell. And the next thing I know, I see the man. They used to give me a quarter. I say, Dad, That's the man used to give me a quarter. You know that man was Muhammad Ali, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I never knew he was famous or anything, man. But I remember him clearly. He would always be over there at the coffee shop. I just thought I'd share that. But here's my first memory of wanting to be a Muslim. I had a friend of mine named Victor Cosby. Victor Cosby lived in the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's building. And they had a little sandbox thing in front of the building. And the coffee shop was down the street. And I specifically remember this. Brother Victor and I were playing, and I asked him, I said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said, I want to be a doctor. I said, okay, I guess, we shorties, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He said, what you want to be when you grow up? And brother, I remember seeing a brother and a sister walking. I couldn't see their faces. He had on a suit, she had on a white garment, and they were walking towards the coffee shop. And I remember saying, I'm going to be one of them. I'm going to be one of them. And all praise is due to Allah. And man, it's a crazy series of events, Brother Josh, because I really didn't know what one of them was. So that had to be like maybe 79, maybe something 78, 79. But anyway, fast forward real quick to about 84 or 85. I'm living on 70th and Calumet Avenue, Southside Chicago. I'm about 12 years old. So I had to be about 84, 85. About the time Jesse Jackson was running for president. And I remember coming in the house. And I came in the house and my mom had a little TV that she would have in the kitchen where she would watch the midday news. One of them little radio TV things, man. And I remember coming in from playing. And all I know, man, I opened the refrigerator door and I hear this news clip. Leader Louis Farrakhan. They probably had a 5-second sound bite. I'm looking in the refrigerator and I hear his voice and I swing and I'm looking at the TV and I'm just stuck. The minister had on a brown suit. He was real skinny with the circle glasses on. And he just had a few words and I was stuck, brother. And my mom, and I said, Mom, who is that man? She said, that's Minister Farrakhan. They down there on Stony Island. I said, I need to know where he's at. I need to see him. She was like, oh, okay. So somehow I forgot about it. I just went outside and started playing. Later on that summer, there was a brother. The only time I seen the FOI selling final calls on 71st and King Drive. I was leaving the park and the brother said, I'm 12 years old now, brother. The brother said, hey, young brother, you like to support, the black newspaper, the final call? And I was like, no. But then I saw the minister's picture on it. I said, who is that man right there? He was like, that's Minister Farrakhan. I said, yeah, give me one of them papers. And I guess it was getting to be around Savior's Day or something, but it had to be Savior's Day. And I got the paper and I said, where is he at? He said, oh man, he's going to be speaking at the USC Pavilion. And I said, wow. I said, he said, it costs $10. I said, okay. I remember running home to my mama. I said, Mom, I need $10. She like, why? I said, I want to see Minister Farrakhan. Blew her mind, brother. She was like, what? She said, okay. I remember getting the $10, I guess, when it came time for the day. And I remember getting on the bus by myself, 12 years old. Get down to the pavilion. I didn't have a ticket. I saw some brothers out there selling tickets. I bought a ticket for $10 and I stood in this long line, brother. And when I finally got to the door, the brother was doing the search, like the assembly line, car wash search.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Put my arms up. I was so scared, brother. I never seen black men like move like that.
Mm.
So as I got through the line with my hands up, I just stood there with my hands up after they got through searching me. And I'll never forget this. It was a dark-skinned brother. Almost looked like Dr. Khaled, but I don't think it was Dr. Bald head brother. He said, young brother, you here by yourself? I said, yeah. He said, put your hands down. Put my hands down. He said, you here by yourself? I said, yes, sir. He said, come with me. He took me into the balcony and I sat on the balcony. I don't even remember what the minister was teaching on, man. But I just remember watching him, the whole thing. I never went to the restroom or anything. And I just watched him and then I left. And over the years from there, every time I would hear about the minister speaking, I would go. I didn't go to the mosque, but like public events, I would always show up, man. I would even pay some of my friends sometime, man. Because after a while, we got into some other things. I had a little money. I said, I'll buy you some Jordans. Just come to see Minister Farrakhan with me,
Yes,
some
yes,
brothers would G for it, and some be like, I ain't going up there, man. I ain't finna. But it's the God's honest truth, man. And so that was like my first introduction and how I was, I guess, introduced and began to learn some of the teachings as taught by the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. And how did you? First of all, I want to make it clear that my both of my sisters send the greetings. Your wife sends the greetings, and Brother Maurice, Judge Magistrate, Brother Maurice.
Go ahead, Brother Mo. Yes, sir.
How did your family and friends feel about you accepting the teachings?
Man, that's interesting. My friends they were cool with it, but we were afraid, man.
Mm.
Because me growing up in Chicago and being among men, like, I'll give an example, man. I grew up in Chicago, from age 10, man, I was plugged with, street organizations, Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples.
Yes, sir.
I didn't have to do that. My mother was a school teacher for 43 years. My father was a professional jazz musician. My grandfather was a scientist, and my grandmother was a beauty salon owner. But it was just our neighborhood, man.
Yes, sir.
In Chicago, you got to be something. You gonna
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or you gonna get with that, like Black Sheep said. You gonna get with this, or you gonna get with that.
Yes, sir.
So I guess for my friends, a lot of the brothers respected the Muslim, but we feared the Muslim, man.
Mm.
There was a Muslim brother I remember as a child. I just say this, man, and you're just bringing so much out of me, Josh. I'm just saying, man.
Yes,
as a child, there was a Muslim brother lived on 70th and Eberhard, and he would come out with a black bow tie and a black suit, and he would go, I guess, to 71st Street to catch the bus to Mons Mariam. We children. We would see him, and he was so unalike, man, shiny black brother. Man, we would run from him, say he worshiped the devil, But it wasn't that, but he was just so unalike. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
When we were young, I'm talking about this was preteen stuff, man. But when my friends, we respected the Muslims, man. They when they found out I started studying the teachings, man, it wasn't nothing but love, man. My mom, when she heard, I started studying the teachings and striving to follow the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, my mom was all in, brother. My mother told me, and I didn't even know this. She said, when I was pregnant with you, your father used to play the Final Call News Hour when I was pregnant with you. So she was like, your father loved the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I never knew that because he passed when I was 9 years old. I never knew that. But so my family, my friends, they all were supportive of the transition in my life. One person I think I gave the most grief to was my grandmother, because grandma helped raise me, but grandma still liked them, pork chops and all that. I want to go attack grandma. You know what I'm saying? Grandma, you take them pork out of here. And but over time, I realized real quick, like, man, that, and that's my family, man, and she always supported me. So I never really had resistance like that from my family and friends.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah.
Yes.
Well, what was it like for you meeting the Most Honorable Louis Farrakhan for the first time?
Man, brother, it was like, meeting a man that I was born to meet. It was like meeting my father for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I met the minister the first time I ever met the minister. I was a student captain under Brother Maurice Muhammad in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And the minister decided to come down for, I believe that was Reverend James Luther Bevel, his funeral. And it was in Utah, Alabama. And I remember I had a detail with, what is the lady, the sister from Chicago, Dorothy Tillman. I was on the detail. He told me, make sure you get the minister's, guest, Dorothy Tillman, and make sure she gets there. So I had to pick her up from the airport, and I'm racing behind the convoy, you know what I mean? And finally, when we get to the church, Dorothy Tillman, she said, "Hey, you want to meet the minister?" I was like, I said, "Yes, ma'am." Yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? So I remember Dorothy Tillman she ran into the church. She said, "Hey, brother minister, assalamu alaikum." And she gave him a quick, brief hug. And she said, "Oh, brother minister, this is Brother Robin. He takes care of me." She said, him and Brother Maurice, always take care of me when I come to Alabama. The minister looked and said, "They better." And, he started smiling, and he shook my hand, and I extended the greetings. I just said, "Assalamu alaikum, sir." He said, "Wa alaikum salam." He hit me on the shoulder, and I went off and gave Brother Mustafa the greetings, and supreme greetings, and your father, and the other brothers who were there. And I went about my business. But that was like my first meeting. And when I touched him, brother, see, I got to tell the truth, brother. When I touched him, it was like electricity going through my body, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, man, that ain't no regular man, brother. I'm sorry. He just not.
Yes, sir.
He's an elevated man. So man, that is what it is. Man. So yes, sir. That was my first time meeting with Honorable Louis.
Beautiful. Well, that was your first time. Was that what has been the most profound thing that he's ever said to you that has helped you keep going?
Brother Josh. Well, here's what I'll say, brother. And I pray that I can paint a picture clearly. The minister had come down 2014, Tuskegee, Alabama. He was staying in the DoubleTree Hotel. I had security for the hotel. I was helping out with the brothers on the team, security, and we were blessed. I was blessed to be security at the minister's door at night. It was from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. That was my post time. I remember at the time I had gone through so much hell in the mosque, man. I was contemplating leaving. I said, man, I'm just gone. I'm gonna just pay my charity and leave this thing alone, man. And but you know, that's our trials. We go through trials and tribulations. And so anyway, I remember a powerful sister introduced me to Tahajjud Prayer. That's the prayer that you pray between midnight and 3 a.m.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that prayer, and that sister was Sister Latricia Muhammad out of Nashville, Tennessee. Very powerful sister who was a Dianetic auditor. And she was, you know, helping a few of us to learn about that prayer. So with this particular prayer, I say if you pray this prayer, then Allah will answer you personally, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I
Yes,
was
sir.
practicing that prayer. So on our way, you know, to the detail from Birmingham, I had my prayer rug, and me and my roommate, Brother James Muhammad, who was the student regional prison reform minister. Me and him, you know, rode up there together.
Yes, sir.
And I remember we going to bed, and I got my alarm, and I woke up. It had to be about midnight, a little after midnight. And I did the Tahajjud prayer. And I remember I prayed two things to Allah. No one heard me. I prayed, one, to have the minister take a picture with me. And so I can show my children that I walked with Jesus, as God is my witness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And two, I asked for a holy name. I said, let me do so. Let me earn a holy name. Let the minister give me a holy name, please. I prayed those two prayers. No one heard me. Brother James was asleep as my roommate. It was me all alone. I get to bed. My alarm goes off. I get up. We go up to our post in front of the minister's door. It's got to be 4 a.m. we start. I'm on post for about an hour. Brother James is the hotel security. He's the rotation.
Yes, sir.
He comes around, and I said, this is what I said, brother. I just got to give it to you. I said, Brother James. He said, yeah. I said, do you have your phone with you? He said, yeah, why? You need to make a call. I said, no, does your camera work? He said, yeah, why? I said, the minister's going to take a picture with me. He said, yeah, right, brother. Yeah, right. I just said it, brother. I said, okay. So, so anyway, I asked to be relieved. I went downstairs, got a cup of coffee, used the restroom, came back up. So at this time, it had to be maybe 6 o'clock. So you hear the minister having coffee, you know, brothers coming in, and see Brother Mustafa and Brother Akbar, and, you know, and everybody coming in, and you giving the greetings, hear the minister laughing, you know, and enjoying himself. And now I never forget this, man. It was me and Brother Edgar Muhammad, the student prison minister out of not Augusta, but right over there, 92. Is that the mosque 92? Georgia. God dang it. Brother Baki now, Brother Baki.
Okay.
And him over there. Stop, son. I'm over here. Stop that. Love you. So anyway, make a long story short, brother, he you know the mosque I'm talking about, 90. Anyway, let me go on with the story.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sitting there in front of the door, and he's in front of the door. And I remember it was time to go. It was getting time for the minister to leave. And I remember Brother Donald, man, who I love dearly, man. That's a beautiful brother.
Yes, sir.
He don't take no mess, but he a beautiful brother now. He came out, and he said, Brother Robin, he said, hey, the minister's about to come out. And here's what I want you all to do. There are exit signs in each corner. He said, I want you to go and you stand in front of that exit sign. As we're coming past, don't let nobody come out of that door, brother. I said, yes, sir. He said, I know you want to look at the lamb, but don't do it because because we on, we on high security alert, brother.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
said, yes, sir. And I remember he said, all right, go. We about to come. And brother, I remember going in front of that exit door. And I remember praying, please, Allah, don't let no little waiter, housekeeper come out of there, because I'm going to kick them right down. I'm sorry. I'm going to kick them down them stairs. They try to come out the door on the minister, brother.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, you standing there, and they come out. Boom. I hear, I'm standing there in the corner. And brother, as God is my witness, I hear a voice say, where is he? Where is he? And I'm like, man, that sounds like the minister. And then I hear say, oh, there he is. And I'm like, there he is. Wait a minute. So, brother, I turn around and the minister walks up to me. So I finally get a chance to meet my brother. And he sticks his chin out like, Assalamu alaikum. And I'm like, walaikum salam. You know what I'm saying? No. Brother, all I remember was Brother Mustafa was cheesing. Like, I must have had eyes as big as saucers, brother.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
telling
Yes,
you. And the minister gave me the greetings. And he said to me, he said, oh, brother, thank you for all that you do. And that day, the day before, we were the first time the minister said he hit 4 cities in one day.
Mm.
And I was blessed to be at his 12 o'clock that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I worked my backside off. But anyway, make a long story short, he said, thank you, brother. I said, oh, no, sir, thank you. And he looked at me, and I had my national pen, and I had my auditor's pen. And I remember him looking over his glasses, and he looked at my pen, and he looked back at me, and he said, brother, what's your name again? I said, Brother Robin. He said, Brother Robert? I said, oh, no, sir, Brother Robin, like the bird. And brother, you got to excuse me, brother. Whew, that man said, that's right, Brother Robin. He starts telling me about my name, which I won't go into because I don't think I should. But he starts telling me about my name and how robins help humanity. I'll say that. And he starts, I'm talking about he's teaching. And he's telling me about my purpose and how I'm going to help him. And what's crazy, brother, in the middle of him talking, I swear to God, my hearing just went out. I couldn't hear nothing. I'm just stuck now, like, oh my God, I can't hear the minister. You know what I'm saying? But it was a few seconds, and then it like turned back on. That's very significant. But so it turned back on, and man, the minister, he got to talking to me, and then he said, all right, brother, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. And he turned and he started walking away. Now I'm gonna tell you something, Josh. What I'm finna say now, people may not believe me, but I don't give a damn. I got to tell the truth. When the minister turned around and he would turn around and start walking away. And I said, Father, he turned back around. He walked up to me. And I said to him, he walked up to me this close, brother. And I said, Father, you're going to be with the messenger real soon. Brother, his eyes got so big. He said, oh, brother, I just know I am. He said, come here, brother. He grabbed me around the neck. And brother, God is my witness. That man reached in his pocket and pulled out his phone and said, Joshua, take our picture. I lost it, brother. I lost it. I said, brother minister, I said, you tuned in on me. I said, nobody knew what I prayed for. I knew you was going to take a picture with me. I prayed Tahajjud Prayer. I knew you was going to take a picture with me. Now I got my arm around the minister's neck. You know what he did to me? I'm talking about I'm bugging out. I knew it. And only you tuned in on me. That man turned to me, looked at me and said, brother, you gotta excuse me. And I said, yes, sir. He said, take the picture. He took the picture. He turned to me, held my hand. He said, I love you, Father. He said, I love you too. He hugged me. He let me go. He was holding my hand. I said, I love you, Father. He said, I love you too. He hugged me again. And he pulled back, but he was still holding my hand, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He was looking me right in the eyes. And I said, I love you, Father. He said, I love you too. He hugged me again. Then I said, I love you. He popped me on the shoulder. Said, Assalamu alaikum. And then Brother Joshua told Brother Sharif, say, Brother Sharif, make sure Brother Robin get his picture, man, please. And the minister walked off, man. And brother, I was so on cloud 9. I was so gone, bro. I was so electrified, man. And I remember that night waiting when I got home. I'm sitting up, man. I'm waiting so long for that picture, man. I was just anticipating it. And my wife was like, you know, she was like, okay, I fell asleep, like holding my cell phone, waiting for that damn picture to come through. And I remember she woke me up and said, Brother Sharif sent the picture. And that's the picture that you posted on the flyer for this talk right here. It's that picture when the minister, me and him took that picture together, brother. And I bear witness, man. That man is the Jesus in our midst, man. Ain't no doubt about it. You can't tell me nothing about that. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know that's God in Farrakhan. That's real talk. So, yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm just fired up, man. Thank you, brother.
No, thank you, Brother Robin. Yes, sir. And Brother Robin, during your travels, you always seem to be very upbeat and almost like a mutant, if you will. You know, like you're not scared of nothing. You got power. You know what I'm saying? You moving through like that. Has there ever been a time where you've been faced with fear? And if so, how have you overcome that fear?
Man, brother. Yes, there has. I would say not necessarily the fear of death or fear of a weapon, man. But I would say more so fear for me is not the fear that I face is not being, I guess, able to fulfill my purpose to help the minister in the way I want to. And to help our people. Because let me be clear about this, man. See, I love the minister not just because he's powerful and, you know, he's revered and he represents us and he's fearless. But man, I've always loved Black people, man. Always, before I knew the minister. But what connects me to the minister is I found another human being that loves Black people more than me. You feel me? So that's why I like, man, this man really love us, man. So that was like my draw to him, because he was free for real, man. So I guess for me, man, is the fear of like letting him down and letting my people down. And I failed at that a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, am I going to be able to, you know, to help them in a specific kind of way, or, you know, my personal example? And I put a lot of pressure on myself and fear, man. But I learned, man, you know, all things work for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And I would judge myself so harshly because I wasn't fitting up to the standard. I'm trying to be Farrakhan 5 years in the nation, and this man been doing it for 40. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm beating the hell out of myself, you know, because I may fall short or fracture the law. Trying to be a God coming from being a Negro, man. And I would beat the hell out of myself, man. You know, at times I would run away in fear. Maybe I don't belong here, man. Maybe I ain't worthy. But I remember Brother Mustafa telling us something one time, man. I was registered in Mosque number 2C in the south suburbs in Chicago, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I remember we had a class, FOI class, I believe, and Brother Mustafa kept saying, Brother Supreme kept saying, he said, man, stop beating yourself up. He said, man, if you fall down, get your ass up and get back in the fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, look, I heard a brother say, the most humble Elijah Muhammad said, brother, if you kick over a bucket of milk and keep looking back at it, you'll kick over another bucket. So you got to move forward, man. Dust yourself off. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Get back on that prayer rug, figure out what works, and keep moving. So, you know, regardless of that, man, because, hey, man, we ain't nobody's judge, and all of our shortcomings, you'd be surprised. We more alike than we are different. You feel me? So, yes, so it's like, man, the judgmental, the hardest critic for me and for some of us is ourselves. We beat the hell out of ourselves. Don't beat yourself up, man. Just, hey, just work on it. Try to find a solution. Find others who've been through it. And I remember Minister Akbar, I say this, man, I don't want to get too far off, but Minister Akbar, man, I remember Minister Akbar was like, share your war stories with the new believers, man. So they won't think that you're a Martian, that you're some, you know what I'm saying? That you're some perfect being, man. Share some of your war stories, but how you overcame them. And you can give them an avenue out, man. So they don't have to hide from guilt and shame and try to put on this false facade of, you know, I'm a hard charger, when in fact I'm hurting inside, but I can't tell nobody. You feel me? And that, and look, brother. So that's the kind of fear that I faced and fight off and face today. Because those thoughts come up, but you gotta beat them thoughts back, bro. Hey, man, all things work for good, man, for those who love the Lord. And like I say, I'll say this and I'll be quiet. Every trial, and I learned this, man, and I believe I heard this from Brother Abdul Hakim Muhammad, who was like my mentor. Stewart, he's a minister out of Huntsville, became a minister in 1956. Good companion of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, man. Beautiful brother who became a Dianetics auditor at 84 years old. Man, that man's a God, man. I love him, man. Still love him. But I remember, man, you know, I almost lost my train of thought. But brother Hakeem, dang, brother, almost lost my train of thought. Forgive me, brother. What was I saying again?
You were speaking about telling war stories based on Brother Akbar, and you were saying Brother Hakeem, sharing yourself.
God dog it. He said, oh man, brother. I'm sorry, man. It'll come back to me.
It's all good. It's all good.
It'll come back to me. I'm just too fired up. It's all good, man.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. Sister Salima says she believes you about your story about the minister. Praise be to Allah. Sister Aisha K says beautiful story. My brother Rashad says you're the best auditor.
Oh, praise be to Allah.
Brother Maurice says he bear witness. He gave you your assignment and a look and a whisper. Sister, I'm gonna butcher this one. Mrs. Consuela Carvajal.
Yeah, Sister Consuela.
Yes, sir. This brother is no lie. She's known him since college. Go ahead, yeah. Brother Robin. And then your wife, Sister Sister Robin says growth and development is happening in the now, brother. Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah, man. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
beautiful. My next question is, how did the Million Man March impact you?
Man, brother. See, I got to say this too, man. You got me so fired up, brother. And I thank you so much for inviting me, man.
Thank you, brother.
The sister who you just butchered her name, Sister Consuela. No, but you did good, brother. Sister Consuela is the sister who brought me into the nation. And she also happened to be my first wife and the mother to my children. Yeah, and she, when we were in college, because I went to Miles College in Birmingham, brother, the Million Man March impacted me greatly. I just heard about it, man. There was no advertising. We heard about it on campus. And I remember, man, we trying to organize and, you know, I'm getting the brothers and, hey, man, we got to go to this march, man. And we on campus, and I remember, I never forget this, Reverend Abraham Woods, an icon in Birmingham, and I love Abraham Woods. But, you know, he was in charge of like the Black Studies program, and he wasn't in support at first of the Million Man March. And we were trying to get buses to go, man. And I remember being in history class, literally getting thrown out, cussing him out. Man, you better take us to this dang old march. You better support Minister Farrakhan. And I got put out of class. But anyway, so anyway, we were trying to organize a bus. We weren't able to do that. So I said, hey, man, somebody's going to represent. So what I did was, I remember talking to Sister Consuela. She was my girlfriend at the time. And I had my friend, Doug, Eric Orange, Mark Smith, Silk, Mainsky G, and Maurice. It was 5 of us. And I remember saying, Sister Consuela, saying, man, I don't know how we gonna go. We only got, you know, maybe $300 between all of us. And she said, you know what? She said, I got a credit card. Maybe we can rent a car. And I said, you mean the same credit card that we just maxed out buying Jordans and stuff with? And you know what she said to me? She said, we can give it a try. Brother, Allah is my witness, and she can bear total witness. Her car was maxed out. We went to the Enterprise rental car place. Anyway, we looking, yeah, we picked out a car and everything. So we're standing at the counter, and she pulls out the car. It's time to pay for the car. Pay for the car.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I remember us holding hands under the table, and I'm just praying, man, let this go through. And when they swiped it, it seemed like it took 30 minutes, brother. It was quiet, and then all I know is the receipt started popping. I'm like, hell, you know what I'm saying? It's on, baby, you know? And man, so we got the car, and I got the brothers, and I'm gonna keep it 100, brother.
Yes, sir.
We got the car. We had like $300 between all of us. And I remember we bought 2 boxes of Church's chicken and a case of beer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we
yes,
hit
sir.
the highway. And when we got to DC, it was crazy. We were gonna sleep in the car, brother. We were that determined. We didn't care. We just had to be there. Now we get to DC. My buddy Mark Silk, he from Chicago, right? Like me. Man, we standing, we pulled over, we right in Alexandria, Virginia, and he sees the man, he said, that looks like my teacher. Because he was a part of a program, I believe, called Project Hero, that helped inner city youth get into college. And he was like, man, that's my teacher. Man, he ran over there and talked to him, and before you know it, he asked us, where y'all staying? We like, and we gonna sleep in the car. He said, no, man, y'all come to the hotel with me. That man had a suite in the Alexandria Hilton. Brother, we went up there, brother, it was ridiculous, brother. We was like, oh, We were on top of the world, brother. And my last point, I say this and be quiet, man. I know I can be long-winded, brother.
It's all good.
You just bring out so many good memories. Your questions are amazing. I remember this, brother, specifically. And we in there, it was a hotel full of young brothers, man, all from all over the country. And in this one room. And I remember we got up around maybe 4:30, 4 o'clock, 3, 4 o'clock. And I remember looking at the news from DC, and it said there are 5,000 men from Philadelphia marching up the highway or something crazy like that. We like, what? So man, we get on the elevator, we come downstairs, we're standing in front of the Alexandria Hilton. And all you hear is, you know, I'm like, man, what's that noise, brother? Now we step out in the street, as God is my witness. It was black men holding signs coming up the damn street. It was the men from Philadelphia. I'm like, oh my God, look at this, man. And brother, and we left there and we got on the little train that takes you to the Smithsonian, to the Capitol. And I remember we getting on, the first stop was like 10 black men. The second stop, like 50 black men got on. And man, the third stop, I remember it was this Caucasian guy, had a little Wall Street Journal. He was reading that Wall Street Journal. After that third stop, it was wall-to-wall black men. He was like, let me get up out of here. He said, oh, excuse me, let me get out of here. And we finally got to the Smithsonian. And when we arrived at the Smithsonian, we took the escalator up. And I never forget this, John. We're coming out of the escalator, and the sun was just coming up. And the FOI was rolling, boom, this way, that way. I'm talking about 100 deep, each one, bam, bam. And Sheikh Tijani was singing Al-Fatiha, you know what I'm saying? Brother, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Calling you, man, it was like, oh, what is this? And I remember saying to God, that was October 16, 1995, I remember saying, I said, God, this is what heaven is like. I'm not afraid to die. I ain't afraid to die. And brother, we stood there all day long. I don't even remember being tired. We listened to every speaker. And it was beautiful, man. I never, there's one last point, Josh, and this was just the power. This was the power of unity, one mind, one body, one voice. Look, man, I remember 2 instances. One was in between the speakers, there was some Jamaican brothers that was in front of us. And we had to be about 1,000 feet, maybe a couple thousand feet from the Capitol. Man, this Jamaican brother pulled out a blunt and lit it. And I remember it was like the whole crowd was like all brain cells was one. Everybody turned around and said, put that shit out. We're not here for that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And the brother put it out. And I noticed that. And the second thing I noticed that was so powerful. I remember right before the minister spoke, there were some people on the roof of the Capitol. And I remember people saying, who is that on the roof? They not gonna hurt Farrakhan. And it was like a wave, brother, of energy. All of us, it was like we was in drilling, 1 million men. Boom, it was like, we were, making face movements, and it was like all at one, man. One mind, one body, one unit. It was,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was powerful, man. I'm talking about, I ain't never felt power like that, man. Not like that, brother. And on that day, I said, man, not one fight, not one argument. I said, man, we can rule the damn world, man. All we have to do is deal with the fear of the Caucasian, like the messenger said. It ain't him. It's your fear of him that got you a slave, man.
Absolutely.
So man, please, that changed my life, brother, completely. Yes, sir.
Praise be
Thank
to
you, Josh.
Allah. Beautiful, sir. Um, Sister Consuela says she remembers, of course, the card story and the look that you all gave each other. Brother Maurice says a glimpse of heaven, and um, Sister Consuela says that is so deep. Praise be to Allah. Beautiful.
Praise be to Allah.
Excellent. Brother Robin, I have a quick 60-second commercial break
Sure.
because I want to make sure I give a special shout out to all of the sponsors and the donors of the People's Podcast. Um, this month, of course, we are in what is known as Black History Month, and the sponsorships have been going crazy. People have been donating and supporting the media, so I appreciate you all. If you would like to be a sponsor or donor, please cash out the People's Podcast. I thank you all. My brother Rashad, Street Premiere Media Production. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing, and he does a great job. Thank you very much, brother Rashad. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me, children's and coloring book, both of which are on Amazon. Make sure you all go out and get those. My sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually, and we love our tiny dancers. Make sure you sign your young girls up. Nations Auto Sales LLC out of St. Louis, Missouri. That brother does a great job in the Midwest, shipping cars all across the country. Thank you very much, sir. The Engineers of Tomorrow LLC. This is the STEM preschool out of Dallas, Texas. This man is creating young gods, young mutants, at a young age, doing a great job. Thank you very much, sir. And he's teaching virtually as well with the STEM program for preschool. The MTS Car Bros out of Los Angeles, California. Any make, any model, any year, 30 to 50% off. They'll ship the cars and trucks to you. Make sure we reach out to our brothers and support Raising Black Millionaires. Sister Tia Muhammad. She teaches economic empowerment and development through flashcards. Thank you very much, Sister Tia Muhammad. Brother Kenneth, bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship bow ties to you all anywhere across the country. Thank you very much, Brother Kenneth. I'm coming right back to you, Brother Robin. Yes, and speaking of the South Suburbs, Brother Chantel, who's a part of the South Suburbs. Go ahead, Chantel. He he pays truck drivers weekly, and he specializes in refrigeration and trucking. Thank you very much. Sister Latasha, Queen is I, Poetry and Apparel out of Indianapolis. Indiana, thank you very much. Make sure we support her and Queen is I Poetry and Apparel. Also, Sister Betty from Atlanta, Georgia, she has a nurse's dream cream, and they are the frontline workers, and she's going to come on and explain exactly what the cream does in just a few short weeks. She's coming on to explain that. Let's make sure we sponsor her and support her. Dr. Henry M. Carter right here in Atlanta, Georgia, King Henry's Turkey Legs. Thank you very much, Dr. Carter. Brother Rashad Muhammad, COVID-19 Disinfecting Cleaning Service in Chicago. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. Thank you very much. And last but not least, my two books, which are both on Amazon, Cleopatra, the children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, which is on Amazon as well. Thank you all very much for your sponsorship. Go ahead. Okay, man. Brother Robin.
Beautiful, Josh.
Praise be to Allah, sir. What has been your greatest trial and your tenure in the nation, and how have you overcome that trial?
Damn, that's heavy. My greatest trial.
Yes, sir.
That's a great question, brother. You know what I would say? My greatest trial has been, close the door, son. Thank you. I guess my greatest trial has been to strive to take plenty, brother. I'm gonna say that, man. I've been through a lot, man. I'm serious. I've been through a lot in this nation, brother. And I swear, as Allah is my witness, I ain't ever tried to hurt anyone or outshine anyone. I never tried to fight for a position or post. Nothing like that, man. I just sincerely came to help our people, man. But been had a lot of trials, man, to where I guess just my spirit. People used to tell me early on, protect your spirit, brother, protect your spirit. I never really knew what they meant, brother. So, okay, yes, sir. Yeah, yes, ma'am. But, but I've encountered a lot, man. I've been hurt a lot by Black people. And I guess my biggest trial was learning how to deal with the hurt, man, of rejection. My first 6 months in the nation, man, I had people in leadership I loaned money to took my $1,700 from me just because I'm green. I don't know no better. I'm just, hey, man, we brothers, man. Yeah, that's what you need. And the brother took my money and didn't want to pay me back. And I couldn't believe it. Man, come on, man. This ain't right. You're the minister, man. I'm just keeping it 100, man. I got to. Man asked me to loan him money. I said, man, we brothers. Let's do it. I'm 3, 4, 5, 6 months in the nation. I loaned the man the money, man. Man never wanted to pay me back. That hurt me, Josh. It hurt me, man, to the point where, in truth, man, from those pains, I would self-medicate. Man, the hell with these niggas. Gonna give me a fifth of tequila and goddamn it. Excuse me, some weed and probably some of that other stuff to put it, I'm keeping 100, man. Went back to Negro. See, I was an excellent Negro too. See, excellent. You feel me? So I just keep it 100. But Islam helped change me, man. But I was an excellent Negro. But I say this, man, the pain of that rejection caused me to be other than myself. And it caused me to, I would have battles, man. I couldn't come to the mosque. Or they put me out. I'm just saying, man. And I have to swallow my pride and swallow, and man, and every time I would say, I guess in the rejection, okay, for whatever reason, y'all, you put me out and don't want me around. And I say, man, I'm gone. I could never leave them. Because I love them people too damn much, man. I don't give a damn what they did to me. That shit hurt, man. But I could never just walk away from them like that. Because after I come back around and I see them, and Allah, I got a curse too, Josh. I'm cursed with compassion, man. And forgiveness, man. And I got insight. I can see into people, man. I just can, brother. I'm sorry. I'm born that way. And I love Black people, sometimes to my detriment. But I don't give a damn, man. I love these people, man. And I guess, no matter what they did to me, man, and how they mistreated me and misconstrued my motives and labeled me a troublemaker. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm a troublemaker because I try to stand up for what's right. I try to follow what the minister say. And if the minister say, hey, man, we wearing green today and you trying to wear red, and I say, hey, man, the minister said we supposed to wear green. Nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to say nothing. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just try to stand up for what I know is right. Maybe I could have handled things a little differently, Josh. Maybe I could have been a lot more patient in certain situations. Yes. But overall, man, my intentions are good, man. I never wanted to hurt anyone, man. But I always found myself being rejected and despised. And I would lose my mind. Damn, what'd I do to them? What'd I do to him? What'd I do to her? But I would always find myself, man, I come back and I fall in love with them people all over again, man. Hey, It's over, man. Let's get it going. And I'll say this, brother. I struggle with that like hell, man. I got registered in 2001, December 21st. I struggle with that. I can't tell you how many times I've been before the labels. I'm just telling you, man. And a couple of times I did some stuff. You know what I'm saying? That was, and I told the truth. Hey, man, look, this is what happened. But most of the time, 90% of the time, brother, it was just someone just not liking me for whatever reason. Or why you always smiling? I've even had brothers tell me that shit. Why you always smiling, brother? Like, hell, man, I found Islam, man. Shit, why you ain't smiling? What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It just is what it is. So most of the time, man, wasn't nothing but, envy and jealous and hating on me and because of my spirit, not because I got anything, because of the spirit Allah gave me, man. Don't hate me, hate Allah. Shit, man, I ain't do nothing to get the spirit I got. He gave it to me, man. I'm just trying to help. So I will say this. One of the greatest gifts I've learned was when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan guided us to the technology of Dianetics. Because in that technology, Josh, I realized something from auditing when I became an auditor. Man, it's not them. I heard Brother Nuri say something today. He said, Jesus looked past our faults and saw our needs. That's one of the greatest gifts I learned about in using the technology of Dianetics, the compassion. To know it's not the person, it's their pain, because hurt people hurt people. You feel me, Josh? So I say, man, I had to go back down my own personal time track and say, man, look, I could have handled this different because it wasn't them. It was their pain. It wasn't them. It was their pain. And we're more alike than we are different, man. All of us, we're more alike than different. And the one thing that I learned from that is when you're auditing someone and you see why they are the way they are. You come face to face with their fears and their reaction to their fears. And it just bears witness to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's words. He said, the white man is not your enemy. He ain't your problem. Put it that way. He's your enemy. He's not your problem. It's your fear of him. But it ain't so much the white man on the outside, but it's that which gave birth to the white man, the brown germ, your reactive mind, because fear gives birth to all the other defects. Fear gives birth to impatience. Fear gives birth to envy. Fear gives birth to jealousy. You feel what I'm saying? The slave master is fear. And the byproducts, envy, jealousy, impatience, or intolerance, those are the slave master's children, because the fears was driving your ass. Excuse me, man. You feel me? That's what drives you. The fear. It ain't nothing to do with the physical white man. So I learned when you come face to face and you see a person's fears and you see why they do what they do, and you see yourself and your own fears and see why you did and do what you do, it's like, oh man, it ain't them. It's their pain, man. So let me look past that pain. I can take a little bit more. It's okay. So now folks say what they want. They cuss me out, say whatever they want to do. I go throughout the day. I say, oh, okay, that's how I understand. Thank you. Sometimes I might cuss back, sometimes, because I'm still in the process. I'm not somewhere with no, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the process too, man. But I've just been blessed to have a little knowledge, man, a little more than I had yesterday. So I handle it a little better. And I'm a little more compassionate towards human beings now, particularly my brothers and sisters. So that's how I overcame it after learning that technology, brother. That's how I kind of overcame it. And I'm able to deal, okay. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan said, and Sister Aisha Muhammad, the National Auditing Coordinator, she told me some one time, She said, Brother Robin, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan taught us, it's not what happens to you that matters, it's what you do when it happens. You feel me?
Yes,
So
sir.
I took that to heart, and I thank you, Sister Aisha, for sharing that with me, because that changed my life. And so it's like now, okay, oh, is that so? That's what's happening? Oh, okay. You want to say that? Okay, you feel that way? Fine. That's okay. Let's keep it moving. You feel me? So that's just where I'm at with that, brother. I pray that that answered the question. Did it answer the question?
Absolutely, it
Oh,
did.
praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir. What has been your greatest joy, Brother Robin?
Oh, man. It's so much, brother. My greatest joy has been, you mean in the nation or just period?
But in the nation and period.
I say this, man, the greatest joy I got to say in my life has been the birth of my children, man. I got beautiful children, man. And I'm serious, man. I have beautiful children. The birth of my children, and particularly my daughter Amina, who is pregnant now. I'm gonna be a grandfather in May, inshallah. And I'm still kind of scared of that, brother. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how to take that. But hey, Allah is the best knower, and that's my sweetheart and my sweetie pie, and I love her very much. And and the greatest joy also is Allah having, I have on my, well, majority of my children from two sisters that I was married to, Sister Consuela and Sister Robin. And I just bear witness, he couldn't have given me greater sisters to bring forth, to reproduce myself with. They both are so beautiful. They're different in their own ways, but you know, they whoop me in their own ways too, brother. But they good people, man. And I'm just blessed, man. And they are cool, and we just a big family, man. And we thank Allah for Islam for that, man. And that's the greatest joy in my life, man. Just having the family that I have, my brothers and sisters. I just got a real tight family, man. And that's the greatest joy. But in the nation, I would say it's similar, but my greatest joy is helping the believers get free, man, with this technology of Dianetics.
Yes, sir.
I got to keep bringing it up, brother. That's the truth, man. Because when you look at the Final Call newspaper, it talks about this paper is dedicated to the spiritual and mental resurrection of our people. That's what this technology does. It helps us to be mentally resurrected, man, to be restored and made whole. So I love seeing people on the pathway to God, man, who sometimes can be the hardest people to help because they got knowledge. And the hardest person to help is a sick person who thinks they are well. They won't let you help them. But when you are around the gods and the MGT and the FOI, you're helping them to relieve them of their pain, and you see their awareness go up and their tone level go up, and and then they learn in the text. So now you're not just taking charge of this post and all temple property in view, you're taking charge from those posts, meaning the negative charge from those posts and from all temple property in view. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, we're making it positive. We're taking all that negative from the reactive mind, from self and from all temple property, man. So when I see that, wow, we becoming spiritual soldiers, not just physical. So I love being a part of that process. And the minister called us spiritual physicians. I love doing that, man. Don't nothing make me feel like that, Josh. I know I'm fired up and excited. And not sex, not drug, not food, not money. Nothing makes me feel that way like when I'm helping someone get free from the bondage of themselves, man. That's the greatest joy. That's the greatest joy I have within the nation. And now, also coming out because I have my own auditing practice now. So all praises due to Allah.
Okay.
Yeah, professional auditor now. It's my business. This is how I feed my family now, brother.
Tell us about that, Brother Robert.
Oh, brother. I was blessed by Allah. Thank you, Brother Josh, to start the Self-Improvement Abundant Life Center. And it's a mental health service where we administer the technology of Dianetics and Scientology, different things in Scientology, to help relieve our people to improve their mental health. I'm not talking about mental illness, I'm talking about mental health. You feel me? We ain't gonna get into the mental illness. We dealing with mental health. How to make your health the optimal. And what we do now, I have my organization, which primarily the Self-Improvement Abundant Life deals primarily with our people. But we also have another division that my wife created, Sister Robin, called Free Humanity. Free Humanity is for all people. So we've had contracts with blacks, whites, you know, people of other denominations, other races, and we're doing that full time. And I've been blessed to contract auditors out from different states and, you know, to come in and, you know what I'm saying, take care of them, break them off with some good money, and they are able to help feed their family, learning the skill and gift that we were given from the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, you know, by way of L. Ron Hubbard in the Church of Scientology using Dianetics, man. Beautiful. Said, man, your gifts will make a way for you, man. That man gave us everything, man. I owe that man everything. I wouldn't have a wife. I wouldn't have children. I wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't have nothing without that man, brother. Everything that man gave to me, everything I have of value came from Allah through that man, brother. Shit, man, excuse me, brother. Man, look, man. So everything he gave us to is marketable. Just think about this, brother, real quick, man. FOI class, men's training, that's marketable. People pay money for that now. MGT class, women's general civilization, that's marketable. People pay money for that now. Security, that's marketable. How to eat to live, that's marketable. Think about it. He's giving us the world, brother. We got the answer to everything. But we just got to be an example and then share it with the world, man. That's it. He's giving it to us. So I'm just trying to be an example in that way, man. So I just thank Allah for life and his grace, mercy, favor, and guidance. Yes, sir. That's it, man.
Praise be to Allah. Excellent. Well, Robin, I have 3 more questions for you, sir. Well, no,
sure.
It was about your wife and your ex-wife. Sure. How were you able to get them along? Because that is a trial for many men. How were you able to become like a happy unit? How was that happen?
Here's what I'll say, brother. All praise is due to Allah. They're just good people, man. They're just good people. And I never lied to one about the, you know what I'm saying? I never lied to them or try to play no games. They wouldn't let me play no games even if I wanted to. Because they so aware, you know what I'm saying? But they just good, genuine people. Sister Consuela, beautiful, genuine sister, man. I was in the military. I just say this to you, man. I was in the military, brother, after I left college. And I was in Bosnia, man, 6,000 miles away. When she decided to become a Muslim. Say she had a dream that the world was on fire. And half the world was burning up, and the other half was not burning up, but there were these women in white garments. She had a dream. She told me about it. I had this dream, and her dreams come true, brother. She just gifted like that. And one day, I believe she met a sister at the mall or something and went to the mosque. And next thing you know, she said, man, I'm joining the nation, brother. So either you come along or you know, you're in trouble. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. So, I'm saying, so anyway, so make a long story short, such a beautiful human being, man, in her spirit. And she joined and she was very patient with me, man. Even in my process, I still want to Magic City and hang out. And you go to that mosque if you want to. You know, I ain't
Yes, sir.
ready for that.
Yes,
So,
sir.
but I say this, she was very patient and she's always been patient with me. And in my, you know, in me trying to become a man and growing to become a man, just got a good energy and a good spirit. And then Sister, can I say this one thing too, bro, Josh, in
Yes,
between?
sir. Yes, sir.
This just going to what I needed to join the nation. When she told me that she would go to the mosque on Sundays, and you know, I'll be just coming home 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? I ain't ready for that. I ain't going to the mosque. And I remember she was real patient with me, and she would tell me bring tapes home, and I listen. And I remember, powerful brother, man, one of the greatest Muslims I've ever met. His name, Brother Edward Muhammad. He lives here in Birmingham now, but he was in Huntsville for a while and in Arizona. But I remember he was a captain, and I would come to orientation class, and I come a couple weeks and leave a couple weeks, come a couple weeks. And I remember Sister Consuela got me to come to the mosque one time, and I listened to the lecture. It was great. And I'm leaving out the mosque, and I think I can just continue that way. Brother Edward say, brother, can I speak to you? And I said, yes, sir. He said, come in my office. He closed the door, real polite. He said, so where was you at, brother? Why you didn't come to orientation? And I said, oh, brother, I gave him some old story. Man, you know what he said? He said, look, MF. He said, either you coming in or you ain't, God damn it. And if you ain't, you can get the F out of my office right now. And you know what I said, brother? It was like a light bulb went on. I said, really? I said, I said, okay, I think I'll come to class tomorrow. And it was the language he used. Now I realized he got on my level and spoke to me in the language I needed to hear. And he got through to me. And that's when I accepted and I ended up joining on. But so that's what, and I love you, Brother Edwin. I love you, Sister Consuela. And secondly, with my wife, Sister Robin, I met my wife selling Final Call newspapers, man. And it was just fate, man. Allah just guided me to that sister, man. And that sister, I was selling papers, and she was just a young, beautiful sister. I'm selling papers, and I remember she held a $20 bill out the window, and I was like, sister, I don't have change. She was like, no, keep the change. And I'm like, keep the change. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, who is this sister? And I asked her, and I said, well, sister, what's your name? You know, maybe you come to the mosque. She told me her name was Robin. I said, that ain't your name. She said, I said, that's my name. She was like, oh, okay, brother. I was like, all right, sister, something like it wasn't nothing funny. And I would see her around. She would buy papers over like 2 years. And I never forget this. One time I saw her in the library, and she had her children with her, two sons. And I watched how she handled those children. And I just say, hey, assalamu alaikum, sister, how you doing? She's like, oh, how you doing, brother? And she wasn't registered at the time or anything. But I remember she started talking about the children of Israel and how black people were the real children of Israel. I said, damn, she was reading them papers, wasn't she? So anyway, we just developed a good friendship, and we were blessed to we started an organization, but she was real big in the community. She was big in the political arena, and we started J-Hope Ministries, but we did community outreach, and we did domestic violence classes and domestic violence day with a sister named Sister Jarita Berry Muhammad, powerful sister, one of the most brilliant educators I ever met, and Brother Maurice was the guest speaker. And man, we turned it out, brother, and we were serving the community. And over time, man, I just, Allah guided me, and I realized, man, this is just supposed to be with. And her heart and her spirit was just so genuine. And they just genuine people, man. And, as Muslims, real when it's really in your heart, man, you ain't looking for no strife. Brother Nuri said it today, man. You want for your brother or sister what you want for yourself. And they genuinely want peace for each other. And Sister Consuela remarried, and her husband, Brother Stanley, that's my brother. We all family, man. I'm just telling you, man, we family. We a Muslim family. So when family functions, we all there, man. Ain't no beefs or none of that. Everybody there. So I thank Allah. See, that's another testament to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan and the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad on, our civilization, man. Hey, we owe everything to that man, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Brother Josh. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Praise be to Allah. What do you do for fun, Brother Robin?
Oh, some people gonna get mad when I say this, but I'm gonna, brother. What I do, I mostly, I like PlayStation, man. I play PlayStation.
Okay.
I like sports. Me and my little brother Jason, 3X. You know what I'm saying? My brother. We deal in a lot of, we talk sports, watching the sports and stuff. That's our outlet. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I'll say this, man. And I got to say this as a brother, man, because sometimes we can get this thing so rigid and we just get so crazy. Like a Muslim ain't supposed to play basketball or something. You're a hypocrite if you play basketball. Come on, brother. Look, I remember Brother Mustafa and Brother Ishmael, but particularly Brother Mustafa in Chicago. He said, man, brother, you better find the time to swing that golf club. You better find time to shoot that ball. You better find time to play with your children and play football and find you an outlet, man, because Black people will wear you out, brother. You got to have an outlet. And see, pressure busts pipes. And if you look at the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, I remember he said to Brother Jesse, he said, man, anybody in this work needs to learn how to rest. Because if you don't learn how to rest, Allah will arrest you. And he said, man, if you see the minister going off and, he get away and go to the Caribbean, come on, man, that's his outlet. We're real human beings, brother. We're not Martians, brother. We for real, man. So it's okay to have an outlet. It's okay, to play ball sometimes. Just don't let that consume your life. But you gotta have an outlet, man. Whether it's cooking, hiking, camping, basketball, PlayStation. Just don't let it rule your life, man. It's a mizan or a balance to everything, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have that proper balance, brother. That's all.
Beautiful. What is your favorite album of all time, Brother Robin?
Oh, brother. Oh, we talking about which genre though? We talking about hip hop?
Any genre. If you're gonna listen to one album like this you're gonna listen to this on repeat, and it's all day. What you going with?
Okay, brother. It's so many. I'm just saying. I like Thriller. I like Purple Rain. I like R. Kelly. I know folks mad at R. Kelly. R. Kelly is the king of R&B, brother. I'm sorry. A whole generation of babies was made off R. Kelly. Sorry, I love Robert, man. I love Robert Kelly. And he has his issues. And Allah got him, man. But I love his music, man. Absolutely. And it is what it is. R. Kelly. I love Pac, Big, but I got to admit, man, I'm Rock Nation, baby.
I'm aware.
I'm Rock Nation. Hey, I love Jay, man. And I think, to me, one of the greatest albums, I think if I could just put on repeat all of Jay stuff, but particularly that 444 album, man.
Okay.
There's so much growth in that, man. It's so much, whenever I want to get up and I want to motivate myself and I want to get out and do something, I put on that Jay, man. That 444. Nobody wins with the family feuds.
Yes, sir.
See, man, we just didn't have the tools, brother. See, he talking about growth and development, I love that. That's my, I got to say that 444. That's my joint. So I'm Rock Nation. And Brother Willie in New Orleans, he Rock Nation too. That's my man right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Will you ever write a book on your personal life?
And thank you, brother, for asking. I'm actually thinking about starting the process now. Yeah, I've been told that quite a bit. I've been asked that question, and I am, man. I pray Allah blesses me to do that. It's gonna be one heck of a roller coaster ride book, though, brother. I'm telling you. But yes, sir, I have thought about that, and I am um, planning to do that. Also, if I may just add, one of the good brothers, powerful brother named Brother Marcus Muhammad, the student captain, former student captain in Savannah, Georgia. Powerful, supreme wisdom scholar. Him and another powerful brother, Brother Broderick Muhammad, out of Chicago, Mosque #2. One of the greatest, auditors and soldiers I ever met, man. Them two brothers are inspiring me, and Brother Marcus is helping to write a book to help the believers understand the connection between, Dianetics and the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I ain't gonna put it all out there, but it'll be out, soon. And I'm inspired. I'll just say this: I'm inspired. My sister Naira and Brother David, they just some powerful inspirations to me,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I think they kind of egg me, man. You need to write a book or write something. And I say, I think I'm going to do something. So, man, that's the team now, man. That's just a team, brother. So yes, sir. I think I am, inshallah.
Praise be to Allah. And Brother Robin, what would you like your legacy to be, sir?
Oh, man. Brother, I would just say, I would like my legacy to be one of, man, he came, he saw, he conquered, look, and he helped his people, man. I just want to be known, my legacy to be, man, that brother gave his all to help his people become free. Not so much free from physical bondage, but free emotionally and spiritually. He helped in the evolutionary process, man. I'll say it like this, Josh. One of my powerful men in Islam I ever met was a man named Brother William Muhammad. He was my first student minister in Birmingham. And, he said something that was so powerful, man. And he's not the brother I was talking about in the beginning. It's not him. I just want that to be clear. But he said to me, he said, brother, he said, do you know how you have the space shuttle? How the space shuttle is designed to go out into space? But the space shuttle had these two big fuel booster rockets on the side. He said, would you still be in the mission if you knew that you wouldn't make it into space? Because the fuel rockets fall away. They don't make it into space, but they propel the space shuttle into space. He said, would you be all right knowing that you would just be a fuel rocket? So I'll say that like he said, man. I'm okay just being a fuel rocket. I may not get there with you, but we as a people gonna get there. You feel me? And I'm okay. It's okay. Just let me do my part, man. And if I'm, remembered and I can do some great things, fine, man. But my spirit is, hey, let's go forward. And, if I can be a fuel rocket, I'm all right with that. Praise
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you, Brother Robin. I want to thank you for your sacrifice, the sacrifice of your family. May Allah continue to bless you and your children. I have to stress that you have always been right there. Anytime there's been anything dealing with mental health, man, call Brother Robin, bro.
No love, brother.
Hit Brother Robin, brother. You're one of the best auditors, and you embody the spirit of the Most High Mr. Louis Farrakhan and how he handles people when we're going through trauma and trial. So you always right there, brother. So I thank you for that and handling us in our tough times.
All praise is due to Allah, brother. I pray and I thank you, Brother Josh. You and your family's great sacrifice. You're awesome, awesome parents, man, who are going down in history forever, man. And your mother, one of the sweetest, most beautiful spirits I've ever met, man. Yeah. Brother, you made up of the right mixture, brother. I'm telling you, these great beings produce you and your brothers and sisters, man. Giants, brother. Giants. And Josh, may I say this before I go?
Yes, sir.
If anyone desires to be audited, or if there's any way I could be of any help, would it be okay if I gave my number?
Absolutely.
Please. You can call our business number, and you can reach out to me at 205. Let me make sure it's the right one, because we just got a new line. 205 419 7103. That's 205 419 7103. If you're having anxiety, grief, a lack of strength, laziness, cowardice, niggardliness, being overpowered by debt, or the oppression of men, hey, look, give us a call. If you have family members or anyone who may be suffering or not feeling well, or if you just want to talk, or you need some techniques to help someone you love, or, man, just give us a call, man. And that's Brother Robin at Self-Improvement, Abundant Life. Call me, man, anytime. This is a direct number. We here to help. We got people in every city. There's 1,000 some auditors out there, man.
Beautiful.
Ready to go to work to help our people, man. And those who I know, they're willing to help, man. Whatever we can do to help make your life better, to help improve your life, we'll do it. So thank you for your time. Thank you, Brother Josh. Love you, black man.
I love you more, Brother Robin.
You are Arsenio, black man. 2.0, black man. Go ahead. So, yes, sir.
Brother Robin, I bear witness to the power of the technology and what it's done for myself and my family and many of my friends. I can tell who is getting audited and I can tell who's not. So, you know what I'm saying? So keep up the great work, Brother Robin. May Allah continue to bless you.
Man, you as well, Josh. I love you, man. And
I love you more, sir.
Love you too, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Salam. And thank you all for watching. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off on the People's Podcast.